regulatory concerns, money and hospice missions. Focus of the essay is not letting the government regulate or ban cryptocurrency under the concept that good money chases out bad. So what are they afraid of? You may see the essay I've written on this at http://www.h2oecon.com/money1.pdf. And then I wrote an essay recently about future attention on effective hospice submissions. The recent article is in a local San Francisco journal called the West Side Observer. And that's at this address down here, https:// and then West Side Observer and so forth and so on. The next slide discusses regulatory failure and the deceit of illusion. Sometimes it's just worse to have no regulatory oversight because it's so warped from what was intended. Anyway, you can read along with me. There are many efforts ongoing to regulate or ban cryptocurrency. I have long been a critic of regulatory systems. My experience has been that they endow selected people with the right to reinterpret without any constraints the prohibitions of the enabling legislation. The Revenue Bond Oversight Committee of the San Francisco Public Utilities Commission stands as a manifest example. I was part of the authors of this legislation, and I served on it for 9 years, and it just went astray. It fell off the tracks very early and stayed off the tracks as far as I'm concerned. And then a recent and unfortunate discovery was that the assisted dying industry lacked viable regulatory oversight. As I mentioned, you can go back and see 2 essays I've written. One is on my website, and the other is in the West Side Observer. The West Side Observer has graciously gave me space to discuss these failures. The illusion of regulatory oversight is often worse than no oversight. And then, what is money? Money is the definition you learn in high school or in freshman course. Money is any item or verifiable record that is generally accepted as payment for goods and services and repayment of debts, so on. The main functions of money are as a medium of exchange, a unit of account, a store of value, and a standard for deferred payments. And that's pretty much defines money, but there is a more general definition that's more embracing that I think. And money is that commodity that enters into an exchange matrix and has the least overall variance in value. In an unregulated prisoner of war camp, cigarettes have emerged as money. The U.S. has a long and varied experience with various forms of money. The Federal Reserve Act of 1913 created the system to stabilize economic and employment goals by being the central bank. A key feature of the new monetary system was its Ponzi construction and charging Americans for their cash. I mean, this is not a course on money and banking to go into that, but I think that that's people like Ron Paul and that have spoken extensively about it. And here's how you could think about the general definition. If you had three commodities and you knew what their distribution was around the mean X, and you could think about one will have the one with the lowest variability will become money. And so you look at the distribution, how their values change. They may be, this may be a simple normal distribution. Of course, that may or may not be the case, but assuming a normal distribution, if you had three currencies or in a three commodity world, which one would become money? It would be this red one here with the low variability. And that's just a neat way to think about it. Simple, but fairly close to highly explanatory, I believe. What to fear? Good money chases out bad. This is not an essay supporting cryptocurrency, or it's not a discussion supporting cryptocurrency. I mean, it's an essay against outlawing it. Gresham postdated Aristophanes by many centuries. However, the statement made by both that good money chases out bad money has shown historical viability. The threat of imposing a government-controlled digital currency hangs heavy on the minds of many. This new fiat currency would add a level of government monitoring and control not seen in the US. If it is a superior currency, it will chase out so-called inferior currencies such as crypto. History tells us that governments have nothing to fear if the proposed digital currency is superior. Why not let the invisible hand versus the managed hand decide? Adam Smith versus Karl Marx, in a way. Which currency will show it has the least overall variance in value when placed and fitted into the market should be allowed to happen. Let's go down to the next slide. Well, that's it. Enjoy your read.